You send Claude one prompt, you get back one answer, shaped by one point of view, with all of its blind spots baked in. But what if you could send that same question to 5 different experts, who then fact-check each other? That's the whole idea behind a free skill built on a Stanford method. And by the end, you'll know exactly how it beat Claude's own deep research, using a fraction of the agents. Let's break it down. Chapter 1. The blind spot. Here's the problem with one-shot research. When you ask a single AI a single question, it picks one angle and runs with it. Whatever that angle can't see, you never see either. The gaps are invisible, because nothing is there to challenge them. Stanford built a method to fix exactly this. It's called STORM, and in peer-reviewed testing, it produced articles about 25% more organized than the next best method. The trick isn't a smarter prompt. It's more perspectives. Instead of one researcher, STORM simulates a whole panel, each one attacking the topic from a different background, each one finding a hole the others walked right past. Someone took that method, packaged it into a free Claude skill, and it does something clever. It even tells you the one perspective it's still missing. Hold on to that. First, who's on the panel? Chapter 2. The 5 lenses. STORM runs 5 expert lenses in parallel on your topic. The practitioner, someone who actually does the thing, hunting for what works in the real world. The academic, chasing the studies, the theory, the evidence base. The skeptic, whose entire job is to poke holes and distrust the hype. The economist, following the money, the costs, the incentives. And the historian, asking, have we seen this pattern before? 5 angles, 5 backgrounds. And here's why that matters. Each lens is built to catch what the others structurally cannot. The academic loves a study the practitioner would call useless in the field. The skeptic kills a claim the economist was ready to bank on. They argue. And that friction is the point. It's what turns a confident brain dump into research you can actually trust. But finding disagreements is only step 1. What happens when they collide? Chapter 3. The pipeline. Under the hood, the skill chains 4 moves. Move 1. Spin up all 5 lenses at once, each doing its own research. Move 2. The contradiction map. Where do the perspectives disagree? Who's got strong evidence? Who's running on vibes? Move 3. Synthesis. Everything converges into a single report. And move 4. The important one. An adversarial peer review, where the skill fact-checks its own output and verifies every single citation against its original source. What lands is one clean HTML briefing that looks identical every time, a 60-second summary up top, then key findings. And this is the part I love. Each finding ranked by reliability, 9 out of 10, supported by the academic and the skeptic, challenged by the practitioner and the economist. You're not just told what's true, you're told how much to trust it and who's arguing about it. And at the very bottom, every source is stamped, confirmed, corrected, or demoted. But does all this actually beat the tools already built into Claude? Someone ran the test and had a completely different AI judge the winner. Chapter 4. The showdown. Here's the head-to-head. Claude has a native deep research mode. Pointed at the same topic, it spun up around 103 agents, hit API rate limits, and handed back a thin markdown file with only 2 confirmed sources. The STORM skill? Roughly 12 agents, faster, and 100% cheaper. Then they took both reports, gave them to Codex, a completely different AI model, and asked it to pick a winner. It wasn't close. The STORM briefing won all 6 categories: evidence quality, source diversity, thesis strength, actionability, risk control, and best for content. And remember that missing perspective? The report flagged it itself. All 5 lenses judged the topic from the owner's chair: adoption, ROI, productivity. And none of them sat in the seat of the actual customer. So you just add a 6th lens and run it again. The tool tells you its own blind spot. That's the whole philosophy in one move. Chapter 5. Make it yours. Two quick things before you go build this. First, these are sub-agents, 5 workers reporting to one main session. They can't talk to each other, only back to you. If you want them to actually debate, argue until they reach consensus, that's an agent team, and it costs more. For most research, the 5-lens council is plenty. Second, it's yours to reshape. Don't like the panel? Swap a lens, add a beginner, add a content creator. Tell it about your business so every report comes back tailored to you, not a generic wall of stats. The skill is free, it runs in Claude or Codex, and you can point the lenses at whatever you want. So here's the real takeaway, and it's bigger than one skill. One prompt gives you one point of view, and one point of view has blind spots you can't even see. The fix isn't a better question, it's more angles that disagree. If you don't have the expertise, borrow it. Spin up a council of agents, each an expert in something you're not, and let them poke holes in each other until what's left is something you can actually trust. That's Storm. That's the trick. If this changed how you think about researching with AI, subscribe. This channel is all about the tricks that actually make agents useful. Next up, agent teams, and how to make your AIs argue. See you there.